The most valuable asset that we all have is time. No matter what you do throughout life, you'll never get time back. Time is so essential that most people don't take it seriously. 11 life lessons we learn way too late. Some of the most important lessons we learn in life are at the very last minute. 1. Time is an asset. The most valuable asset that we all have is time. No matter what you do throughout life, you'll never get time back. Time is so essential that most people don't take it seriously enough. Time is an asset because it's so rare. It's almost like gasoline. When you put gasoline in your car, you drive for miles and miles and then it's gone. You can't put the same gas back into the tank because it evaporates. The only difference with time is that you can't refuel because it's completely gone forever. And there aren't any time stations on every corner or freeway exit. As you get older, wiser and mature, you have to realize that something as precious as time should be taken with supreme care and as seriously than anything else in your life. 2. If you want to do what you love, you have to work 3 times as hard as everyone else. Most people do not get to spend their lives doing whatever it is they love. Instead, they do what they are told they should do, or what their parents or town or friends or peers suggest that they do, or they simply pursue nothing close to their heart at all. But if you want to do what you love, you need to see that as a privilege, not an expectation. Those people are not the majority. So if that's what you truly want, you have to put in the work now. 3. Silence is needed. Quiet time should not only be for children but for adults as well. As you grow older and gain wisdom, you'll realize how important silence is for your soul. We also need it for different things such as rest and reflection time. Perspective is very important to silence because it allows you to find something internally that will be helpful to the soul. Finding reflection time and executing to the fullest can be very essential as a part of life. Take advantage of it before it's too late because things can change at a blink of the eye. 4. Achievement will never be as fulfilling as the journey. It is one thing to set a goal and enlist the help of others to see its achievement through. It is entirely another to sacrifice your own well-being, and the well-being of those around you, for that goal and its achievement. The high at the end is never worth the emotional strain that takes place to get there. If you are not able to enjoy the journey with those around you, then the end goal will become meaningless. 5. Your emotions take practice. When we think about practice, we often talk in terms of skill. You practice the piano, or you practice playing hockey. But the thing is, who you are emotionally also takes practice. You can practice humility, you can practice forgiveness. You can practice self-awareness and humor, just as easily as you can practice anger, resentment, drama, and conflict. Who you are, emotionally, is a reflection of the things you consciously, or unconsciously, practice. You were not born upset. You have merely practiced that emotion far more than you have, say, joy. 6. Our everyday habits form our future selves. What you do today is one more action toward who you will be tomorrow. When that action is replicated over the course of a week, you begin to scratch the surface of change. When that action is replicated over the course of a month, you begin to notice a slight difference. When that action replicated over the course of a year, or 2 years, or 5 years, you may no longer recognize yourself. You will have changed, in that particular way, completely. Do not underestimate the power of each and every small habit, replicated over time. For good or bad, your habits determine who you will ultimately become. If you liked the video so far and want to know about the scientific content of relationship, don't forget to subscribe. 7. Beneath anger is always fear. As the wise Yoda says, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Whenever we suffer, especially for long periods of time, at first we believe it is because of something outside of us, something we hate. And if we make it past that emotion, we find below that hate is a rumble of anger, and certainly something we have held on to for far too long. But beneath all of that is always fear. A fear of loss. A fear of vulnerability. A fear of letting go. But if you can get to the point of acknowledging the fear, you will see its light-hearted shadow, compassion. And you will be able to move forward. 8. Everyone has his or her own agenda. This is quite a cliché phrase, and is often said in a negative context. But I am using it differently. It is worth acknowledging that, at the end of the day, we all must provide for ourselves. We all have our own dreams, goals, aspirations, families, close friends, and significant others, and we all want the same fundamental things. There are those you can trust, of course, but the best way to keep yourself rooted and at ease is to know that each and every person has his or her own agenda. You cannot control others. You cannot expect them to put you before themselves. And trying to do so may work for a period of time, but eventually, the truth will rise to the surface. Instead, make it a point to address and help others move toward their own dreams, as you request their help in moving toward yours. The relationship will more smoothly move in the right direction this way. 9. Become a better listener. Some of the best human beings that walk the face of the earth are great listeners who make a strong impact. You don't want to go through life talking more than you're listening because it could be detrimental at some point. Listening can provide you with different perspectives and can be an overall help throughout life. To some people, listening can be a very hard thing to do because most of the time we are doing a lot of talking and paying less attention to the details of a conversation. Many of us are also too prideful to admit that we need to be better listeners because we like to naturally control a conversation by being overly expressive. Being a better listener can sometimes come natural, but you don't want it to come too late in your life with disappointment. 10. Your self-belief matters. Another life lesson that you want to learn right away is that your self-belief matters. There's a lot of negativity surrounding each and every one of us, but if you believe in something that's not harmful to anyone, then that's the only thing that matters. Don't waste your time worrying about what others think if it comes from within and is genuinely authentic, especially if it can help others. That's a hard thing for many people to actually understand and get a grip on because we're so judgmental as a society. If that's the core of who you are, then go for it. Learn quickly and make sure it's not too late. 11. Working hard and laughter are not mutually exclusive. I never understood why people feel that laughing means not taking the matter at hand seriously. The best ideas come through ease. The best flow happens in moments of joy. The human connection begins with laughter, and to laugh while working or solving a problem is to be open to new possibilities. Some people never learn this, they become grumpy and old. But life is about having fun. And to have fun does not mean, by default, that you are not getting anything done. On the contrary, you can have fun and get more done than you ever thought imaginable. I am Majid 2006. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Now, if you want to be successful in romantic relationships and know more, subscribe to my channel. I made many tutorials for you. I will kiss you, my dear.